Hi, Cancer. Okay, so a lunar eclipse, your ruler, in your sign, and a wolf moon. And then all the activity sitting across directly from you in Capricorn is possibly pushing a few buttons. And if it's not already, and things are starting to feel a bit more settled, you'll understand what I mean when you realize that so many people want your attention, but you're worried that nobody's actually listening to you. It's kind of as if everybody else's opinions and wants and needs and desires and requests for help are just that little bit more important. But they're not. That eclipse in Cancer in your sign has opened a lot of people up to a lot of wounds. And people are kind of vulnerable right now, and some of them might be taking it out on you, and you might be taking it out on somebody else, and you might be realizing how many people are draining you of your abilities that are so special, like your empathy, your desire to understand, your listening skills. You're just feeling a little bit at the moment like, what if I just retreated and didn't answer my phone for a few days? Well, the earth signs in particular would be kind of annoyed at you. The Taurus, the Capricorn, the Virgo all really need your attention, and your work needs your attention. You have a lot of people depending on you career-wise. Even if you're not in a managerial role, there's people there that really would care. Ooh, there's a lot of flipping cards that are going back in. A lot of people just want your attention. And if you're kind of indecisive about an air sign at the minute, and you're kind of wondering about this person's intentions and their personality, things will start to reveal themselves. Perhaps you feel a little bit, ooh, the Emperor. Perhaps you feel a little bit Cancer, like people are only excited for your successes and the things that make you great whenever they need it themselves, or whenever it benefits them. Three of Pentacles. For those of you that are self-employed, or those of you that are working your way up in career, it would do you well to focus very, very much on delegating and communicating what it is that you need. The Star. We move forward to Aquarius season on the 21st of January. And by then, if you've not preserved your energy, if you've not delegated, you're going to be quite worn out, and you're also going to be quite shut down to the people that you truly care about because you're emotionally exhausted. And in your environment in January, you're wanting to sail smoothly out of troubled waters with your partner, with your potential, with your family, with your friends. And you have to be very careful, Cancer, that you've not done too much and then got crabby the way that we know, and you must admit that you do whenever you're overstretched. You know what I mean? Yet something special is on the horizon. And Capricorn season needs your full attention before we get here, which is ironic. You have to go back to go forward. Capricorn season and Aquarius season are both important. So, let's talk about Saturn and let's talk about Pluto, both conjunct in Capricorn. Capricorn being the devil energy, which looks so foreboding, so scary, yet is quite simply all an illusion of our dark side, of our obsessions, of our jealousy. And yes, Cancer, it is yours. Queen of Cups. And for some of you, you have a water sign in your life who is very, very, very toxic, or is really, really, really suffering, and you can't decide at the minute whether the water signs in your life are being sneaky and devious or are being insecure. I imagine, Cancer, that it is the latter. So be patient and be optimistic and be hopeful. Yet, Queen of Wands. It is okay to be ambitious. It is okay to lead and still be soft. The Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands as a pairing is the epitome of the women in your life that can raise their kids and have careers, or the men in your life that can be great fathers and also progress in their careers. It is all to do with blending the parts of your own energy that mean one does not take over to an obsessive or unhealthy level. If you feel like there are toxic emotions or a fear of abandonment coming on very strong in January, just know that the planets are deceiving you somewhat in terms of how other people are appearing so very, very, very shadowy. In the midst of the eclipse, it is almost like you are less trusting. It is almost like you are, and possibly for some of you with good reason, but it is almost as though you feel a shadow around people, or you just sense that something's weird, when in actuality, Two of Cups in the Sun, particularly if you're dealing with a Leo or an Aquarius, a lot of single Cancers could be finding love, and a lot of coupled Cancers could be feeling very supported. A lot of Cancerians in this season, right after an eclipse in both your partnership sector and your sign, could very much find love at first sight, quite unexpectedly. But if you're not healed, if there's parts of you from the past that are not looked at, not understood, they may manifest as control or power struggles with the very people that you're closest to, and we want to avoid that moving into Aquarius season, where you will feel 10 times more intense. Just a heads up. You will need the support. And I'm not saying with the devil energy that you should trust everybody in your life blindly, but there is a chance, Cancer, that you may misinterpret somebody else's behavior as dark and shifty, when in actuality, that person is suffering quite a bit, particularly if it is a water sign or a fire sign, somebody who speaks a big game but is actually incredibly vulnerable and incredibly afraid of being abandoned, and that person could also be you. So, King of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. And we're getting quite heavily into your extended 2, Cancer, but for those of you dealing with air signs that are behaving in a way that feels cold or alien to you, it is suggested that there could be some mishaps occurring from a place of insecurity or shut down withdrawal that air signs so often do when they feel vulnerable, and it scares water signs a lot. Upping your self-worth, upping your self-care is essential in dealing with anybody who is airy or indeed a Capricorn. Remaining true to yourself no matter what somebody else's behavior is, deciding that you deserve more if you do, and that you can stand up for yourself against somebody even if you respect them a lot, even if you think they're more intelligent, more educated, or they are shinier. Do not let somebody be aggressive with you just because you once respected them and you care about their opinion. And again, I suspect that it is an insecurity issue, and it would surprise you, Cancer, to realize that you often do bring out, as your full moon has done, a lot of insecurities in other people. And it is not necessarily because, in fact, it's not because you mean to, but the very essence of your sign, the crab, the scuttling, the withdrawal, and the very scary looking pincers, people so oftentimes get the wrong impression of you. Which is why, if there is a love at first sight or a firm friends from the get-go, don't be afraid to take it slow. Not to make it sound like it's not hopeful, but take it slow. And if there seems to be a business opportunity or an idea with a significant other in January, I think it might be a good idea to take your time with that as well, because what seems like a great idea might be more of a burden if you're business partnering with somebody who's not known to pull their weight of the practical side and is more of a dreamer. And if there are people around you who are deceitful or manipulative, they won't be able to help revealing themselves by the words and the scraps that they offer. So you've been warned, you will see, you will know. And anything that's more ambiguous than that is quite possibly Cancer. Again, as I say, if it's dealing with an earth sign or whomever, anything else could be mere paranoia, which is not your fault. That's Pluto. Just while we're here, I'm going to draw a chakra card or two. Ooh, recovery. I like it. Spending time by yourself, resting, recharging, especially if things have felt tumultuous or heavy, or you're feeling drained or overburdened, and following your passions. Very like the Queen of Wands, passion. Do something you're passionate about. Stay passionate about your life, even if other people seem heavy, because everything with the perception card is to do with how you see things. The lens that you look at through life dictates the surroundings quite a lot of the time. See the deception as a revealing thing, see the disappointments as progression for growth, and see the wonderful things that are happening as blessings. We'll get more into this in the extended. There's a lot of signs here with the fire signs, the water signs, the air signs, and the earth signs, and we're going to go into them all and look a little bit more at what's on offer in the remainder of January. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the extended. Bye, Cancer.